where do you see yourself going in the next 10 years? It's like, what's your 10-year vision? 32-year-old Chase? Like, where do you see yourself going? Probably hard to answer.
Definitely flying around in my jet. That's one of my big goals right now, is to buy a jet. I have a private airport like 20 minutes from my house, and it has just been, ever since I got a jet membership, dude, and got on a couple of these jets, like I need a jet. And like, it was something I wanted to buy this year. Talked to a couple of my mentors and peers, and like, they were just like, don't buy a jet. So I might not get the jet this year, but next year, or my original goal was before 30, and I set my goals and my strategy around it, and God's plan, dude, it always pushes up. Like, if you aim for the 8-10 years and you work like it, it's crazy how it gets pushed up.
Sure. Like, what are the benefits of a private jet? What are the costs?
And I'm going to answer that. But going back to your original question. So most likely private equity, growing and scaling businesses is what I want to get into. That seems to be where all the billionaires have been made at. Definitely social media, dude. I need to continue to relentlessly pound social media. I need a bigger audience. I want to help more people. That's like, I want to become a YouTube star. Like, Harley, if you can make it happen, let me know. But like,
we'll see.
I'm trying to do all that. Cause if I can build a very strong personal brand, then I know I can do all the other business acumen stuff I want to do. So yeah. And then real estate, dude, all my money, not all of it, let's call it 85% of the profit I make, I push right into real estate.
That's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
And then to answer your question about the jet, so there's many benefits. And once you start talking to jet brokers, you kind of get a sense of this. And again, jet brokers want you to buy a jet, so you got to be careful.
Sure.
But let's say like a light jet is what I want. It can hold between 5 and 7 people. I want a single pilot plane. That way, costs are a lot lower. But your non-variable costs on a light jet per year are probably right around $250,000 a year, non-variable. So that probably doesn't include fuel. And then fuel and all that stuff is on top of it. What type of wine you're going to have on your jet,
Sure.
Shit like that. And so a light jet will range anywhere from like $1 million and $3 to $3 million. It really depends. Cost. Yeah, but I'm sure there's light jets more than $3 million, but the stuff that I'm looking at is in that range. So yeah, let's say they cost 300 G's. My plan is to acquire one, use it as a write-off, which is a huge benefit of buying one. And then obviously I can charter it out when I'm not using it. So make it a revenue generating item so that it can at least pay for my private jet travel. Let's say I break even on it every year. I don't care. I'm still flying to Miami on weekends, private, or doing whatever I want to do.
That's great. And you would pay for it under CMG or under your real estate LLC, or I'm just curious.
So how that works, and this is same thing with like bigger commercial properties, CMG, and it's a commercial loan you'd be getting.
Okay.
CMG is a guarantor of that loan. So CMG might be buying it, but it's held, that asset is held under a whole separate LLC or corporation. And that's just because that way your liabilities are a lot less. But that's how it is. So CMG would sign for it because they have the P&Ls and everything.
Yep.
Or CMG has the so that's how that would work.
Okay, interesting. That's pretty cool. Yeah, like it's probably quite efficient. You don't have to wait in line as much, or like do you still have to go through like airport security, but then you just get to go to your own private terminal? I don't even know how it works. Like,
yeah, there's no security, Harley. It's literally like you just pull up in a parking lot. Depends which ones you're at. Like Boston has a very nice one where they'll carry your bags at, and there's Starbucks in the private lobby, but literally the one near my house, you just park your car, you walk 25 feet in the building, your 2 pilots are sitting there waiting for you, you show them your ID. This is on the jet membership one, and literally they take your bags and you just walk up to the jet. They say, yo,
Nice.
dude, anything you need's all right here, snacks, wine, beer, vodka, whatever you want. And then they just like take off. Like there's no inconvenience. You're not in an
Yeah.
airport filled with sick people. I was flying home from St. Louis on Friday, and like the guy sitting on the aisle next to me is coughing the whole time. It was crazy. And it's just like, dude, I don't want to put myself, I'm an immune suppressed individual.
Oh,
You know
for
what I'm saying?
sure. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
So that's another reason why I need to get a jet.
Dang, interesting. And yeah, like I can see how, like I've heard some people are like buying a jet is not economical, the fuel costs alone, but like if you're smart about it and you rent it out a lot and you depreciate it enough to like make it worth your while and you enjoy the flying enough, like I could totally see how it could totally be worth it.
Yeah, and that's like the main reason I'd buy it is because I need the write off, right? Like, let's say whatever the numbers are. Let's say I make $2 million in a year profit. And so I'm either going to spend 47% to the federal government paying Joe Biden, or
Yep.
I can go put 25% down on a jet. That's what usually you put down on a business jet is 25%.
Okay.
And I can get, like this year, I can get 80% of the cost of that jet gets written off against my taxes. It's
Man.
really a no-brainer. Now, you just have to be rich enough to say, all right, if one of the engines go out, I need to put 150 G's into that engine. If a windshield gets broken, 85 G's. And so, you got to make sure, you're backed up big enough.